For this story of all ages, there's a holiday that began on Thursday at sundown. Do you know what that is? Hanukkah would be the right one. Yes. Hanukkah began Thursday at sundown. Do you know what the tradition, how they celebrated? Yes, that one. There. It's actually called menorah. Yes, so they light, just like we did this morning with the Advent candles, they also light one candle every day to add to the list, right? And the reason we don't light this one today, because you have to light it at sundown, not during the day. We are having the service during the day, so we can't do it. And so there are 8 candles to light, so 8 days of Hanukkah. The amount of oil that they had was only going to be enough for one day. And for some reason, it kept burning the flame and burning for 8 more days, just enough time for them to find extra oil to replenish. That's why this is called Hanukkah miracle that they celebrate. So I do have some more for those brainy people that are here, some names and history, if you would be interested. So Antiochus, if I'm saying it even right, IV, Epiphanes, that's the big name, became the ruler of the Seleucid Empire in 175 BCE. A long time ago, right? Well, what this ruler wanted was to make all the land worship Greek gods. And people in Israel had a big, big struggle with that because they believed in what? Israel God, one God, that's it. No Greek gods here, right? So they were actually experiencing a lot of cruelty, and they were horrified because their temple was desecrated. They were going through a lot of suffering where they were being forced to convert to worshiping something that they did not believe in. So there was a priest named Mattathias. Don't judge me for my pronunciation. Next year, maybe I'll have it down. But he and his sons rose up in rebellion. After he died in 166 BC, his son, Judas the Maccabee, that one I know I'm saying right, took his father's place and won Jerusalem back, restored the temple, cleansing it and rededicating. And so this is when that miracle happened, during that rededication time. So when the Seleucids got kicked out, they had left just enough oil that Gwen already mentioned that would be enough only for one day. But it lasted 8 more days. It's the God who made, yes, it could have been the God made it last, right? That could be true. So, I would like to invite you to play a little game with me. And the game is called It's a Miracle. So, there are quite a lot of things in the past that people believed were miracles. At some time, long time ago, just recently, there were things that people thought, oh, that was a miracle. So I'm going to read those things out, and if you think, we are UUs, right? If you think that is a miracle, what I said, just raise your hand. And if not, you can stomp your feet, whatever you want to do. If you don't think it's a miracle, just stomp your feet. There's no right and wrong answers. We have the freedom to believe whatever we want here about these things. So, and we will try to figure out which ones are our favorite miracles. The universe. Is it a miracle or not? The universe. We have a few hands up. You're stamping, all right. The sun. A few things up. Stars. Some more. Earth. Seasons. A few more? Love. Look at that. Did you see this? The most hands came up. Go on, went up right now. Snowflakes. Exactly. Yes. Human hands. Did you know that no human hand is alike? Each human hand is different. That's why we do fingerprints for the documents, because no human hand matches another human. The brain. The statue, a stone statue crying real tears. A baby found alive 5 days after a tsunami. A tsunami, a big storm, rain was the sea. A mother chimpanzee caring for a baby tiger. Yeah, maybe. One person surviving an airplane crash. That's true, it's better than none, because that's typically what happens. An emergency plane landing in which everyone survives. A flower pushing through an asphalt road. That is a determination, right? A beating heart. Depends on where it is. What if we put it up here on the table? Our senses. Our ability to sense. Do we know how many we have? 6 or 5. I heard 5 and then I heard 6. So can we think about it? There is a sixth sense. So we have what? Hearing, seeing, sight, smelling, tasting, feeling. There's also the pressure. The pressure. Try at home. Take a piece of paper and a pen, and with your left hand, try to write on it. And if you're left-handed, try with the right hand. If there is no pressure, you can't really write. Usually we have it on the paper, on a desk, and we know how much to push the pen down on the paper. Without that, it's not going to work. This is why little children, it takes them a while to figure out how hard they can hit somebody, right? Because they are learning that feeling on how strong their hand learns on somebody else, where that limit is. But if your hand is under it, giving the pressure, is it still air? Growing. Is growing a miracle? Yes. And more responsibility. How about that? When you keep growing, more privileges, but also more responsibility. The last one. Healing. Yes. Yes. So which ones were our favorites? A baby. That was right. And a flower that came. Was there anyone else? So have you noticed these things around you? Have you seen them in your life? Yeah? So what is a miracle? Something you can't explain, but Jim just said, everything is a miracle. Everything is a miracle. Let's hold that thought.